Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwahn, and today we are checking out Deliver Us Mars. Now, we checked out Deliver Us Mars like 6-7 months ago, and it was before we were doing the reactions the way that we do them today. Deliver Us Mars is now releasing on February 2nd, 3rd, now. Basically now. Yeah, February 2nd, yeah. And I remember when we watched that original couple of trailers that we did for Deliver Us Mars, the biggest issue that I had is I couldn't tell what the game, was. I just saw that you existed on Mars, and that's it. This is, I don't know if it's technically a direct sequel, but it is the next game following Deliver Us the Moon, which I don't know enough about that game either, but that's kind of what we're here for. There have been more trailers that have put out since then. I am going to go back and get the original reveal trailer that was put out in March, and then we'll have a gameplay trailer, the story trailer, and the countdown to launch trailer, just to hopefully give us a little bit more. The reveal trailers kind of then be there to brush us up a little bit, because we did already see this like 7 months ago when we did the initial reaction for the game, but it's here for completeness sake, and also just so that we can maybe get back onto a ground of trying to understand what's going on here. What is this trailer that's right here? Journey to the Red Planet. I don't have that one, and it says 8 months ago. You know what? We'll just grab it right now. Why not? Okay, anyway, let's go. In-engine footage. Looks like we crashed on Mars. That sucks. Not a good place to crash land. WSA, is that the World Space Association? Good job surviving. Congratulations, I think. I want some scientist to tell me why a Red Rebel ice pick would not be the suitable tool of choice on Mars. Wheatley. Because 100% humans would we would absolutely program a robot to respond to being petted. Robot says we shouldn't go over there. I will listen to the robot. Of course, I mean, you're on Mars. There might not be anywhere else to go or anything else to do. All right, let's see what this Journey to the Red Planet trailer is. Humans are always trying to pet everything. I know. I like petting things.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hi.
Ignition.
Oh, the little penguin said hello.
The story of Deliver Us Mars is gonna be awesome.
Yeah. It'll be awesome because I said so.
The ambitious sequel to Deliver Us the Moon. It takes 10 years since the Fortuna mission. There is a secret distress call coming in from Mars, and that's where the Zephyr crew will take off, finding out what is actually going on there.
What is this?
Why wouldn't we? We're one of the few species with the power to pet things.
Deserted.
Right?
Deliver Us Mars centers around a team of astronauts that gets tasked to go to Mars to retrieve the technology that could revitalize the dying planet of Earth.
Why'd we send it to Mars?
Life on Earth is becoming extremely hard, not just for people, but also species are dying out. The atmosphere is becoming worse and worse.
Like a terraformer?
We need to find a way to make things better.
So the story itself is this grand, sweeping, and epic drama. We focus a lot on a family, and especially a father and daughter relationship, to tell this very personal story with this epic backdrop of trying to save the planet. I think we really managed to make this understandable, and especially making a lot of hard choices throughout your journey. We wanted to tell a story that is mature in what it's telling the audience. We are not here to tell a story where good and evil is just very simple. It's very difficult to discern what is right and what is wrong. And our characters are going to have a hard time figuring that one out. And I hope the players will do too.
We've been in touch with all sorts of experts in order to ensure that it looks and feels like you're actually there.
Real astronauts from agencies like ESA and NASA that could shine a light on how it would feel to be an astronaut.
Players can expect a host of new mechanics in the game. They can expect very diverse environments, the Martian dust storms, the blue sunsets, the craters that you can see around the landscape.
We try to make it as lifelike as possible.
It really goes into the deeper cinematic experience.
That is just a step up from Deliver Us the Moon in every single way. The gameplay experience changed a bit, but we really wanted to stick to the core of what made Deliver Us the Moon. So something I'm really proud of and excited about is the new traversal system. It has got a new character controller and a climbing system, which makes it really cool to go over the surface. And also a new host of puzzle mechanics that actually expand on an MPT network. And we really made that into a collective puzzle mechanic set.
In order to know what it is
really
like
cool
to
set
be there,
pieces.
We've looked at all sorts of things.
As most fans and people that like the first game and know the studio will know, is that we didn't really hold back on developing this new title.
And I dare to say our launch sequence has been researched very extensively, and I think it's going to be the coolest launch sequence we've seen to date in video games. If this does not make you feel like an astronaut, I don't know what will.
VR.
Maybe actually having to go to space, but that sucks. That takes a while to actually get.
But that sucks. I can tell you, because we've done a lot of research into how you get to space and what it's like if you go into space. Let me tell you what, it sucks.
In a very different manner. There is emotion, there is silence. It's also a very personal story. And that is taking the story and therefore the music to soaring heights where the stakes are larger than life. You need to save mankind, your humanity's last hope. Combining these two is one of the most inspiring things for any music or audio designer, I think.
My granddad made telescopes to have people view the moon, and I'm literally trying to get like young people, but people that love games, to see Mars through video games.
I wonder how much they have in terms of like
I would like everyone to really look at the coming months, because in the coming months there is going to be so much cool stuff we're gonna announce and gonna finally be able to talk about. We have been waiting so long and worked so long on this game already, and I'm almost bursting out of my shell to really put everything in front of you guys.
I like passionate devs. I love when game studios get composers that are actually invested in and excited about their 100%. People that aren't just doing a job but are also genuinely excited about their jobs. I like it too. I wonder how much of the data they have of like the geological surface of Mars, right? Like the topography, because they could just try to make Mars. I'm not sure how interesting that'd be from a gameplay perspective though. This is the gameplay trailer.
Sarah? Ryan? This is Kathy. Can you hear me? Please come in.
Mission Opera has only one objective.
Bring the Arks and their revolutionary technology back home.
Here we go, Opera Team. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
I need to know that when we get there, you'll make the right decisions.
We can do this.
What do you expect to find on Mars?
I was hoping people, but it definitely looks like that isn't the case of what's happening. Okay, this is the story trailer. I kind of get the idea of the story already, but we'll watch it anyway.
What the hell happened here? This is Kathy. Please come in.
Mission Opera has only one objective.
Bring the ARCs and their revolutionary technology back home. What do you expect to find on Mars?
I'll see you soon, Moonbear.
Kathy, why did you want to come on this mission so badly?
T-minus 2 minutes to cruise stage separation. Everybody copy? Copy.
Copy.
Copy. Starting burn.
We are in loss of control.
I know I can do this.
How does it come to this? Having good intentions isn't hard, Kathy. The hard part is knowing the difference between what's right and what's wrong. We have to leave. I will not risk the success of this mission.
How do you stay strong through all of that? How do you stay...
Dad!
Good.
I think the game might be emotional, y'all. I think the game might be emotional. I think it might be. God.
Zapper launch in T-minus 5.
The atmosphere continues to deteriorate at an alarming rate.
4.
Assemble a team and bring those arcs back.
3.
Oh, they really don't seem to want us to go.
If you saw the WSA using so many resources to send 4 people to space, you'd be angry too. Whoa.
2.
Kathy, why did you want to come on this mission?
I'll see you soon, Moonbear.
1.
Have you ever seen anything like this? It's incredible.
I need to know that when we get there, you'll make the right decisions.
So... what now?
Neat. I can imagine William Dafoe being the dad character. I can imagine that the gameplay in this I don't actually expect to be in like anything super like game breaking. It's a puzzle exploration game. They showed a whole lot of their climbing mechanics, which really just looks like them trying to... I'm not saying that they're literally doing this, but it definitely looks like if you took the climbing mechanics from Tomb Raider and put space paint all over it. But I mean, whatever. If the gameplay is serviceable enough, then it can do well, especially if the story itself carries it along. The price isn't too bad either. It's got a base price of $30. It's actually on sale right now for 10% off, even though it hasn't released yet. How long is the first game? Deliver Us. We'll just put Deliver Us. That should give it to us. Deliver Us the Moon. It's only a 6-hour long-ish playthrough, so really not super long at all. I imagine this one might be a little bit longer because it looks like they're really trying to push for something a little bit larger. But how much is Deliver Us the Moon now? That's another question to have. Deliver Us the Moon. Deliver Us the Mon. Nope, that's the website. I want the Steam page. The original game is $25. So price-wise, unless the price has been dropped at some point along the way since Deliver Us the Moon came out, they're also pricing it as though it is a larger game. It definitely feels larger anyway, but I remember looking at Deliver Us the Moon, and it definitely didn't seem as grand as Deliver Us Mars is. This movie Can you tell what I'm about to say? This game also feels like a game that probably would have made a really, really good series or movie, but I understand that that's difficult as well, especially with the modern platforms and everything like that, like trying to figure out, like, can we even get funding from Netflix? And also movies are harder to achieve a sense of visual deliverance that people are more willing to accept, because, like, you know, the faces in this game, they look all right, but they don't look incredible, and the graphics in general look pretty damn good, but they're not trying to make a live action replica photorealistic version of Mars. And so you can get away with more, I think, as a video game than you can as trying to make like a series or something like that. If you tried to deliver, like, even if you use the same visual aesthetic and stuff like that, this visual art direction and everything, that it just wouldn't be able to be delivered on something that people might actually watch, especially because the audiences are so vastly different between people that'll watch something on, you know, Netflix or Hulu or HBO Max or whatever, compared to people that'll pick up a game and play through a story on Steam. But that said, I did like it a lot. It makes me actually want to try Deliver Us the Moon. I feel as though they'll be quite different experiences with a decent amount of crossover. Like, some of the mechanics will be similar, but I think otherwise the ultimate experience between the two will probably be pretty significantly different. But that's Deliver Us Mars, releases February 2nd. Looks pretty cool. I like what I see, and if I could figure out where in my time schedule I would put it, I would probably put it there. But that's not where I'm at right now. But let me know what your thoughts are, especially if you've played Deliver Us the Moon. Let me know how you felt about that game, if you enjoyed it, what your experience with it was. I'd love to hear from you. If this is your first time seeing Deliver Us Mars or Deliver Us the Moon, how are you feeling about it? Does it look like something you want to pick up? Are you interested in it? Like I said, it does kind of look like an exploration adventure, like puzzle platformer style game that's not really putting a whole lot of depth into any of those genres, and instead using those genres as a way to deliver the story that they want to send to you. But that's perfectly fine. If you want to keep up the conversation elsewhere, two great places to do so are Discord and Twitter. Speaking of Discord, we have a channel dedicated to these reactions where you can place links of your own that we can check out together live on stream, because we do stream on Twitch, and I would love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. And if you go watch one of the other videos on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy.